of cults, I think book purists are a cult, and that's my hot topic for the week. And if you don't know what I mean when I say book purists, I'm talking about people who, are in love with the books of a series, and then this book gets turned into a show, movie, or whatever. And it's okay to be critical of the show, movie, whatever. It's okay not to love it, whatever. But the people I'm talking about are the people who go to the actors, the producers, the showrunners, social media, and criticize them directly for the artistic license that they have taken with this show and are just so mean and shitty and rude about it. That's what I'm talking about, okay? That's what I'm talking about.
So nasty and so rude.
So nasty and so rude.
I just don't get why people can't see things as different media. It's even if it's a remake of a movie. Like, I'm not comparing, remake of The Lion King, the live action version, to the 1994 Lion King. Like, I don't. It's two different things.
There are people who did that too.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't get why people can't separate it.
Separate it and just enjoy it. And if you aren't able to enjoy it, then just let it go. But going to like these people's social medias, that's the real issue that I have with it. And also, like, in particular, when it comes to Bridgerton season 3, or just the whole Bridgerton universe, and how people are trying to pick apart the historical accuracy. Y'all, Queen Charlotte is a black woman in the show. Queen Charlotte was not a black woman in real life. It's okay. It's okay. I promise. Like, this whole society that they live in was not colorblind in real life.
Oh, absolutely not.
Black people and Indian people and all these different people were not a part of this society at this level in real historical accuracy. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the historical accuracy of The Little Mermaid.
Girl, exactly.
That's what it's given. Like, come on, y'all.
It's given that. Yeah, and like in particular, when it comes to Bridgerton season 3, something that is very much getting talked about. And again, this is information that I know against my will because I did not read these books. Because honestly, I was gonna read the books, but then I had come to find out via social media that the books are very different than the show. So I was like, I don't really feel like I need to read the books if that's the case. I love the show so much, and one thing that the books don't have is the diversity. That's the thing I love the most about the show. So I just felt like the books just were not for me for that reason or whatever. But yeah, like, there is a storyline coming up in a future season of Bridgerton where the gender of somebody has been swapped. It was a man and now it's going to be a woman, and the girls are up in arms.
So it hasn't even happened yet.
It has. It happened.
It's recording.
It's kind of happened. It's happened. You get like a snippet of it at the end of season 3 without giving too much away. Yeah. So it's happened.
Okay.
But the full playing out of the story has not happened. And it's like, can y'all at least save the criticism to when you see the whole story? My gosh.
That's annoying.
It's very annoying.
That's annoying. And I get, like, if you really love the books and you, like, wouldn't you want people to be curious by being introduced by this show and be curious to be like, okay, maybe I should pick up the books and be able to enjoy that too? Like, y'all turning people off from the damn books.
I mean, the author had to turn her comments off because of this.
So they're harassing the author.
They are harassing the author.
Do you like the books or not? Why are you harassing her?
It's wild. I mean, the comments on Shonda Rhimes' TikToks and stuff and her Instagram, because she's an executive producer. Like, these people really need to go on somewhere. And it's like, I wasn't watching Bridgerton when it first came out, so I don't know if there was this uproar about the races of so many different characters being changed. I'm not gonna put it past y'all. It probably was. It probably was, and I just wasn't aware.
When the series started?
I think maybe 2019, 2020, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. Then I would lean towards it probably was there. I feel like since our Cheeto president came about, a lot of people have been a lot
Mm,
more vocal with their internal racism.
100%.
So if
Yeah.
there's any like type of added diversity in this
Mm-hmm.
Bridgerton show than the book, I'm sure it probably was an uproar back then
It
too.
probably was. It probably was. And I'm honestly glad that I wasn't aware of it like that around
Yeah,
then
because it
because
probably turned you off.
it probably would have turned me off. Exactly. Exactly. Because I'm like,
Hey,
why did, and in particular with this character's gender being changed, the ramification is that this goes from the relationship goes from a straight relationship to a homosexual relationship. And of course, that
oh
got the
god,
girlies all in a tizzy. Oh my God.
not not the alphabet people. Oh my
Girl,
goodness. So did
girl.
they just insinuate that
It's just insinuated. And if you have read the
they're?
books, then you know that these two characters are gonna get together, and like I said, it's gonna be a gay relationship instead of a straight relationship.
Do you think the other person is going to be swapped as far
No,
as
the other
their?
person isn't swapped. The
They
other
already
person, yeah,
exist.
mm-hmm,
Okay, so it will
mm-hmm.
be okay.
It's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, it's pretty for sure. And the girlies, I feel like they're using the book accuracy thing or the historical accuracy thing. It's like a dog whistle when really you just don't like seeing a same-sex couple, or you don't like seeing, you don't like
Mm-hmm.
seeing a interracial couple. I'm not saying that's for everybody who has an issue with it, but for a large majority of the people who I've seen, as far as like what they're saying, that's just what it's given. Like y'all just being homophobic and weird about it.
I'm saying that.
Well, there we go.
Because it is, if you have a
And there we
problem with
go.
it, you can't
Mm-hmm.
be like, I don't, it's the same thing with the Little Mermaid. Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
accurate. Like to me, that screams you have a problem with it being black and
Exactly.
you're racist.
Exactly. Like, read the books then. Just reread the book until your heart gives out. Because my thing is like, if they're even coming from the perspective like, oh, we were really looking forward to seeing the man who was going to be the character. Don't we have enough super sexy men on Bridgerton? Like, come on,
I mean, yeah,
y'all.
they are hot.
They are fine as hell. We have enough of them. Like, it's enough of them. Like, please, like, if you really do not think that you're coming from a place of like homophobia with your criticism of this, look inward and just see how your reaction is playing out. Like, if you're just internally like, oh well, I was hoping to see that character, but I'm excited to see what comes of this. That's the
Yeah,
mindset to
that's
go into.
fine. Yeah.
It's okay to be a little disappointed, but to make the author have to turn off her comments and to be harassing Shonda Rhimes and the showrunners and begging for other showrunners who left the show and all this type of stuff, like, leave these people alone. Leave these people alone. You're not coming from a good, positive place
No.
harassing people ever. Ever.
It's actually doing the complete opposite.
The complete
Yeah.
opposite.
It's
And another thing, this is something that I've been seeing for a long time. Okay, so just hang with me now for a minute, Myra. Okay, so Bridgerton season 1, they had a character named the Duke. The actor, I believe his name is Ray J. John Page. He ended up leaving the series. He only signed up for one season. His character would have had a very minor role in season 2, and he decided not to come back for it. Okay, there has been so much criticism for him not coming back to the show, and people saying, haha, you left so that you could have a successful career, but your career been flopping. Well, this character came back, and because basically you're in Bridgerton world, from my understanding, is you have your season where you're the prominent character, your love story is shown, and then the show moves on. And then if you come back, it's going to be in a much smaller role. You're not going to be a main character anymore. So when I had only watched season 1, but I watched season 1 knowing that he wasn't coming back, of course I was like, Dad, I can't believe he don't come back. But then from seeing season 2, I was like, okay, I don't think he even would have been here that much. And then really from seeing season 3, because the lead in season 2 came back in season 3, he was in maybe 2 episodes. I'm like, I understand why like homeboy didn't waste his time. Like, get off his neck. And I think it's a little bit of racism in this too, because this is a black man that y'all keep yelling and so mad about him not coming back to the show, where he would have had a cameo in like 2 episodes. Like, who cares? Leave these people alone. Let them want to make art. Like, if I was like a celebrity, an actor, or somebody, I don't think I would have a social media presence, because y'all not about to come cuss me out because of what I'm doing with my career and my life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dumb.
That is dumb. So he's just supposed to sit and just wait for his 2 little cameos each
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. That's what he's supposed to do for them.
He got shit to do.
He got shit
And
to
then
do.
he probably don't want to get typecast. Like, he don't want to be the next Sheldon, you
That's
know?
what that was one of the things that he said as well. He did not want to get typecast. Like, I feel like he doesn't just want to be just the sexy guy in every movie. He probably wants to show that he has like range and depth and all these different things too, you know?
Yeah. It's like saying, like, you have to be a cashier for your whole entire fucking career.
Yeah. Leave this man alone. Like, y'all, if y'all love season 1 so much, go watch season 1 again. Fetishize him all you want, because it was given a little bit of that too.
Well,
and leave him alone. So, yeah,
I'm so excited to be watching this outside of everybody else. I kind of wanted to catch up and be with everyone, but
it's a better experience not watching it. Like, being able to talk to people about like the positive things about the show, it has been great for sure. But seeing all the like the criticism in real time is annoying as hell, especially when it's rooted, or a lot of it is rooted in racism and or homophobia.
Which I can't do that.
That's not cute. Like, y'all give it a fucking rest. These people are gonna make their show no matter what y'all say. And this also applies for House of the Dragon, because there was a lot of, I do remember the criticism about a lot of characters being cast as Black people before House of the Dragon even came out. That was a whole thing. That was such a huge shit show and not fun to listen to. And again, things from the book have been changed already in season 2, and the girls are up in arms. And it's just like, y'all, it does not have to be an exact interpretation of the book. I don't understand why they feel that way.
It's never going to be.
It's not going to be.
Even if they take it, bar from the book, some things got to get dropped just by the medium of it. So it's never going to be that. I forget House of the Dragons is bad. We need to get HBO Max back.
Girl, do you want my password? Because, bitch, I've been listening.
It's good. How many episodes am I behind?
Just one. Okay. Another one is coming out today.
Okay.
Yeah, another one is coming out today. But this whole House of the Dragons, Game of Thrones universe, I really am just getting my life. I'm just obsessed with it. I love it. And the only people who dampen the experience are these rabid ass fans who can't just enjoy something without doing too much.
Yeah. I haven't watched, and I'm probably not going to, Game of Thrones. But I did start House of the Dragon with everybody, and I was on that. So I think I need to go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
Is Last of Us coming back this year, or is that next year?
Probably. Girl, you know how they operate. It's probably not gonna come back till next year.
I hate that the writer's strike happened.
You know what? And to be honest, I don't even want to say, obviously the writer's strike had a lot to do with it, but it's just a streaming thing now that they just gonna take as long as humanly possible, because the next season of Bridgerton not supposed to come out for like 2 more years. Hopefully they have like another spinoff in between, how they did with Queen Charlotte, but they might not. So, and it's just like, it really takes 2 years to make 8 episodes. Like, if y'all are gonna bitch at the showrunners, bitch about that. Bitch about that. Because
can we have it once a year, please?
Okay.
2 years in between, 2-3
8
years.
episodes is crazy for 2 years.
I mean, it's nice for me because I'd be needing to catch up, but that is short.
It's short.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. If you're a book purist, just turn this podcast off.
Yeah, we don't care.
I don't.
Also, we don't care. But quick question that came up in another podcast I was listening to: would you rather for the streaming service to drop once a week, as if it was on network TV, or do you like having binge-worthy content?
This is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer to drop once a week. And let me tell you why. Because the people who got time to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday and watch all 4 episodes and ruin the shit before I can even get my coffee in the morning piss me off. I forced myself to watch the second part of Bridgerton season 2 in one day. I mean, season 3 in one day, just so I wouldn't get spoiled on social media. Because the second I woke up that morning, it had just came out at midnight. And the second I woke up that morning, there were already spoilers on TikTok. So I would prefer it to be once a week, so these people can chill out. That's
Yeah.
why, you
Let us
know.
know, y'all answer in podcast land. How would y'all prefer? I personally prefer it for your reason as well, once
Mhm.
a week, but
Mhm.
also from a like with this podcast. Like if
Yeah.
we wanted to go with a show, like I would have to take out 4
Mhm.
hours, to
Yeah.
watch something in order for us to come to the podcast and talk about it timely. Like that's just a
Timely,
lot.
exactly. That's
That's a
so
lot.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot. It really is a lot. And like I said, people don't get a chance to ruin it if they gotta wait. Now, mind you, the book purist is gonna try to ruin it anyway,
Oh, because
but
they think they got a heads up on
they
what's gonna
they
happen.
think they know what's happening and they want to be big mad when they change it up and they wrong. I love that
Yeah.
for y'all.
A lot of that was going on with Game of Thrones. I can remember the podcast I listened to did a
Mhm.
recap of that. And they will be mad. They literally had to tell people do not email this show with
Yeah.
predictions, but it's really shit that you seen in the book. So you trying to act like it's
Okay.
a prediction, but you actually know what's gonna happen.
You don't get no award for that. Y'all know that, right?
God,
Like it's
I
so
think
pride.
people think they do, or it just,
Just know it
not
all.
rocks their socks off to be like, oh, I know this.
You know. And then they mad when they change it up. Mm.